What's up, everyone? This is a step-by-step guide to buying your first home. I can tell you from experience, a big barrier to becoming a homeowner is the huge daunting task of what it takes to actually buy a house and how much money is needed to buy one. Not really understanding how the home buying process works can be very intimidating, so I'm here to demystify the whole process and give you some tips and tricks on how to buy your first home. So let's start off by talking about the fun topic of credit. It's not the most exciting topic, I get it, but it's very important because it can save you a lot of money monthly and in the long run. Generally, the minimum credit score you need is 620. The higher your credit score, however, the better interest rate you can get. A credit score above 700 will get you access to most mortgage loan options available, with the score above 750 providing you with the lowest interest rates out there. This translates to less money that you'll pay for your home in the long run, and to some people, more importantly, a lower monthly payment. According to FICO, raising your credit score from fair to very good, which is from about the 600 range to the 750 range, can save you approximately $279 a month based on an average of $300,000 loans nationwide. Being that currently the median home price in Snohomish County is $730,000 and $870,000 in King County, that number is 2 to 2.5 times more a month. That means that by improving your credit score from fair to very good, you could save anywhere from $550 to $700 per month. To put that into perspective, just how huge of an impact this can make on your finances, if you were to invest, say, even just $500 that you saved a month by improving your credit score in a mutual fund or ETF that tracks the overall stock market for the same 30 years, which is your typical mortgage, it could make you over $600,000. If you were to buy a home with fair credit and pay an additional $550 a month, that would amount to an extra $200,000 over the life of the loan. That's almost an $800,000 swing in finances if you just worked on improving your credit if you need to and invest that money that you'd save instead of just throwing away on interest. So what can you do to improve your credit score? To start off, go to a website like Experian.com or Credit Karma and create a free account if you don't already have one to get a comprehensive view of your credit score and your credit report and what's on it. There are paid versions with different perks, but you don't really need those to start improving your credit. Next, do your best to pay off your credit card balances they have the highest interest rate, and due to minimum payments required, they can substantially affect whether or not you get approved for a mortgage and also for how much. This is especially important now given the current home prices. There are two major methods to pay off credit cards with which the famous David Ramsey talks about. There's the snowball and the avalanche method. The snowball method is when you pay the lowest balance credit cards first while making the minimum payments on the rest. This allows you to knock off entire debts off credit cards quicker, which is encouraging because you see the progress that's being made. This also allows many people to stick to the plan of paying off their cards. The avalanche method, if you can stick with it, however, can actually save you quite a bit more money in the long run. This method is when you pay off your higher interest rate cards first, saving you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in interest. You can also pay off any debt that you may have in collections. That's also very important. These will severely negatively impact your credit score. Make sure that you make all your payments on time, as your payment history is one of the most important factors on your credit score, having about a 35% impact on it. Lastly, try to decrease the highest balance on anything listed on your credit report. This is called your credit utilization rate, and people with top credit scores use up only about less than 10% of their credit limit they have. That's a great goal to strive for, but at the very least, do your best to keep your credit usage on each individual credit under 30%. Any higher, and that'll have a negative impact on your credit score. The next step after you looked at or improved your credit score, if you need to, is to meet with a lender. You could always start looking for homes on apps like Zillow, Redfin, and Realtor, but if you're more serious about buying a home, it's a good idea to get pre-approved by a lender first. A pre-approval is when you meet with a lender and provide them with your financial information, such as your job title, your income, any savings and investments you could have, including a 401k if you plan on borrowing from it for the down payment. More on that later. The lender will also run your credit and also discuss any debt that you might have. After a few days, and sometimes as soon as a day or two, the lender can let you know if they've pre-approved you for a loan and for how much. At that point, if you'd like to start looking for a home, then they can provide you with a pre-approval letter that you can give to your real estate agent. Once you find a home that you like, your real estate agent can put in an offer right away. This will significantly increase your chances of getting your offer accepted. There's this idea that some people have that if you meet with a lender, you're somehow committing to buying a house. That's definitely not true. It's a starting point to see if you could qualify for a mortgage, and if so, for how much. And if not, they can also talk to you about what you could work on to eventually be able to buy a home. Without a pre-approval, you'll have a hard time getting a home that you come across that you like, since you have to move very fast in a market like this. A pre-approval helps the seller have confidence that you're able to purchase their home, significantly increasing your chances that they'll accept your offer. I work with two great lenders, one of which helped us buy our first home last year. His name is Rob Fisher with CMG Home Loans. He's been in the mortgage industry for almost 20 years, so he's very knowledgeable in the lending space. Rob provides many different options to see what would work best for your situation. He's responsive and not pushy at all. He also keeps you informed throughout the whole process, the closing process, which is very reassuring. Okay, so now we have down payment and closing costs. There's this belief that you have to put 20% down on a home, which on an average home in Snohomish or King County could be anywhere from $140,000 to about $180,000 for a single family home. That's a lot of money, and it could take many years, if at all, for someone to save that much money up. Fortunately, there's a government-backed type of loan called an FHA loan, which you could put down as little as 3.5% plus closing costs, which we'll talk about in a minute. That's about $25,000 to $30,000, and even less if you decide to buy a condo or a townhome, which is much more attainable for some people. The downside is that you'll need to pay mortgage insurance, so the lender's protected, which could range between an extra $200 to $500 a month on top of your mortgage. The nice thing is once you owe less than 80% on your loan, you can refinance your mortgage and get rid of that mortgage insurance, saving you a few $100s a month. Refinancing will not only get rid of that mortgage insurance, like I said, but it'll also lock you into a cheaper rate, lowering your mortgage payment by hundreds of dollars a month, and in some cases, $1,000 or more a month. So that's pretty cool there. In addition, there's down payment assistance programs for first-time home buyers where you could get $10,000 to help with your down payment. You do have to pay this back, but in most cases it's not until you sell your home or refinance it. Another option for coming up with a down payment is to borrow against your 401k if you have one and your plan allows it. More employers are allowing this option, and the payment will automatically come out of your paycheck to pay back the loan. You essentially pay yourself back as the money just goes right back into your 401k. Now, if you can put 20% down on your home, that's ideal because not only will you save on mortgage insurance, which, like I mentioned, is about hundreds of dollars more a month, but in some cases you can qualify for a better interest rate, lowering your monthly payment even more. What you'll have to come up with out of pocket is the down payment and closing costs. What are closing costs? Simply put, there's these fees that go with closing on a home. They include the charge for originating the loan that you'll take out, a home inspection, a property survey, which is a detailed examination and mapping of the boundary lines of your property and its physical features, a title search, and lender's title insurance, which helps protect the lender against claims that someone else has rightful ownership of that property, which is otherwise known as a defective title. There's recording fees, prepaid interest, title insurance to protect you if someone tries to make a claim that they have rightful ownership of the home that you purchased, along with other miscellaneous fees. Closing costs vary, but they usually average about 2.5% of the loan amount. So as an example, on an average priced home in Snohomish County, you could expect to pay about $18,000 in closing costs. So what would need to come out of your pocket is the down payment plus the closing costs. That money would be due on the day of closing, which usually takes about 30 days after your offer gets accepted. Lastly, your real estate agent can create a home search for you that filters homes out for you based on your budget and what you're looking for, such as the style of home, the number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, lot size, etc., and the areas where you'd like to live. The home search is created in the MLS, which is the platform that us real estate agents use, and it shows homes that match your criteria the second that they hit the market. Sites like Sites and apps like Zillow and Redfin take 24 to 48 hours to upload homes. Those are marketing platforms and therefore can't replace an active search by a real estate agent. An active MLS search allows you to go view a home hours or even minutes after it hits the market if it's a home that you really like. This is how many people get their offer accepted right away. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel below, where I'll be coming out with as much useful content as possible to enable you to make solid real estate and financial decisions. See you in my next video.